We've been a band for basically 15 years now.
The first record was influenced by a lot of early R&B.
They were writing their first album. They were all, even at that point, great players and great writers.
The second record was, more sort of gospel and sort of southern rock.
I was playing drums with Natalie Merchant. They were doing their show, and we came out and did VH1 Storytellers right after them. It was pretty much like being in the room with the Beatles or something.
On the last record, we really wanted to make a more textured, more mellow record.
Hanson, I think, did an amazing job, not only of making a great record, but actually casting themselves as the record company. And frankly, the band did just as well on their own as any major label could have done.
This is the first record in 10 years that we've made as a completely independent band. No outside influences except for the pressure of our own band to make this the best record we've ever made.
This album has to show where we've been, but most importantly, it has to show where we're headed. Over the last 10 years, we have gone a lot of different places. I mean, we have evolved. We've, just like any band.
We're taking Middle of Nowhere this time around and underneath our past 3 releases, and we're going to combine all of those.
How do we put all that together in one package so that you can say, you know what, this is Hanson?
I really think that there's no other record that has gone through all of the different musical influences in the way that The Walk does.
I think that Hanson has proved that they're 3 guys that have really mastered their craft and are making the records they want to make.
We've always said about this band that you don't really know Hanson until you've been able to see the live show and until you've heard the record.
We wanted to try and combine those 2 into one complete experience, and I think The Walk really does that.
For the first time ever, we're going to bring more of that live energy into the making of the album. We're gonna record everything off the floor in the studio.
Everybody's looking for blue sky, searching for an answer on a satellite.
I didn't want it to sound too manufactured. I wanted it to sound like guys actually playing in a room and not layered or done piecemeal, which a lot of records are made that way now.
Danny basically said, look, this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna go into the room, and you guys know what that's gonna be like, and then
We're gonna do it till it feels right.
We're gonna do it till it feels right, and we all know it feels right. And then the conversation was over. And it was kind of like, as funny as that sounds, that was exactly the perfect response, because it really, it's all about that moment in the room.
I like the idea of them playing a room together and capturing some essence of what it's like to have a band that can actually play.
What I've always liked about Hanson is they've never necessarily followed fashion, and you can hear that on this album. It's got a kind of old school sound and one that is going to stand the test of time.
With AIDS and Africa, there is this overwhelming feeling of, that's so big and it's so far away from me. how can I do anything? And I think what we've come to the realization is that we just have to do something.
We were unable to avoid the idea that we needed to go and see for ourselves. And when we were there, we brought with us our music. And so we recorded this choir in Soweto and choir in Mozambique. And so our hope is that that little inkling of putting a song like Great Divide out as a charity single, that people might listen to that and say, you know what, that challenges me, or that kind of excites me about what my role could be in the fight against AIDS, and ultimately just in being involved in doing something greater than yourself.
It's been such an amazing experience getting to be around Hanson. I can feel an energy being around people that are this focused on doing something that they love. Being next to that, or being close to that, is a real privilege.
We made 3 records with major labels, and as we went through each record, the process began to become more and more disjointed.
And all of a sudden, with this record, we really made it from scratch as an independent band.
One of the things about being indie is that it doesn't change us musically, but what it does change is the musical process.
Hansons are pretty much the real deal. They're sort of leading a new movement, I think, in music, where they're just taking matters into their own hands. They pretty much rule.
This moment in time, this record, tells a story of what we've been passionate about. We only do things that we really believe in.
Most of the record is really about life's struggles and how we all make choices, and you have to, you've got to find your way through it.
For me, I think it was important to not let the lyrics, be overlooked on this record. I mean, to be able to have people immediately hear the message you're saying, and not be cryptic. And I think now, right from the get-go, you hear a song and you go, I have no question what this is about. There was kind of a hunger to do that one thing that we hadn't done for a while, which is to really, have a harder hitting, kind of more intensity.
Hit people in the face.
What's cool about the overall record is if you're able to both grab your influences and really pull them together, and then also throw some new twist at people.
Reinterpreting.
To reinterpret it. It's like, okay, well, we've been here. It's all on this record, but this is something you never really heard.
And for me, as a band, this record is exciting for all of those reasons. We really crystallized what this band is about.
Our hope is that the journey that we took throughout this record is something that people are impacted by.